Hello everyone! So I went out for my usual walk, and while out walking I found something from the ground that made me think of all the other things that I'm picking up on ground when out walking or out on the street. And I just thought that I share this with you. Not the thing that I have just found now, but that just made me think about that. So basically what I found now is nothing unusual. Just a 20-cent coin. But this one made me think of what else I'm picking up from the ground. Do you pick up a penny when you see it on the ground? I do, always. I don't know even why. It's not because a penny or cent, 1 cent, it won't make a difference to the budget or anything like that, you know. But I pick it up because I'm always thinking of it as a lucky penny. Well, I am in Ireland after all, so maybe luck of the Irish would be exactly in this 1 penny that is on the ground. I think that I have been quite lucky over the years finding some things. For example, when I was a kid, I remember one time finding 500 Estonian crowns on the ground, and this was like a huge thing for me, because 500 crowns, let me put this into perspective. At the moment, the rate, when Estonia still had crowns, the rate to euro was something like 15.6, so it would be something like nearly 35 euros, or about $45 US dollars. So it's quite a big find if you are thinking that you were a kid, and this was, wow, that was nearly 25 years ago or something like that. So of course the monetary value of that was much bigger then as well. So basically, let me put this into perspective. Finding 500 crowns for a kid. In the summer, there is Midsummer festival in Estonia. On the longest day of the year, in every village there's bonfire night, and all the kids love to go there. There's always raffles and games, and you can buy ice cream and all this kind of thing. But the thing is that when I used to go onto one of these as a kid, I usually got 25 crowns with me, and the same for my sister. And this was a lot of money for my mom to give out to us. This was the only time in the year when we got the actual own pocket money. And 25 crowns, it would buy something like, say, 5 ice creams. So it was a lot of money. You could enter to the raffle for it, you could buy an ice cream, you could buy a few bags of crisps, and maybe a drink, a Coke or something like that. And for us as kids, this was a huge money. So you can only imagine what 500 crowns was, because that's 20 times as much. I actually cannot remember what I did with this money. Can you believe that? I actually can't remember what I did with this. I think that I actually gave it to my mom, and she was probably buying treats to us for that. That is what I remember anyway. So because I can't remember what I bought for it, it must be that I did give it to my mom, and she bought something for us, and of course probably something for the house, food-wise or something like that. So yeah, as an adult, there was another story. One time when I was really broke, and that doesn't mean that there has been one time that I have been really broke, but one time when I was really broke, I remember that it was raining. It was really crappy weather, and I was walking from one bus stop to another because I needed to take 2 buses to get home. And the weather was absolutely horrible, and I remember that I was totally out of money. I was so out of money that I actually didn't have enough for the second bus, so I thought that I'll walk home. It was quite the distance, but when you don't have the choice, you don't have the choice, so I would have walked it still. And I did remember I had an umbrella, but it was quite windy as well, so umbrella didn't help much. Anyway, I was in pretty miserable mood. And what happened then? The street was completely empty, because people don't like to come out when it's raining, and they try to, if they come out, they are just running through the city, and that's it. Anyway, it was in the city center. The street was completely empty. There was nobody on site, and there it was, 2 20s and a tenner flying towards me in the rain, in the wind. So I had to kind of run a bit to actually catch them because it was really, really windy. And I was looking around because I was thinking somebody dropped them. And you know what? The first thought that was in my head was like, oh my god, somebody has dropped them. Where are they? You know? And then there was nobody. Absolutely nobody. The street was empty. So obviously there wasn't anybody on this street that had dropped it. I walked to the end of the street because that was where I was going anyway. I turned the corner and I thought that it was probably flying out from there. Because, you know, there's more people on the main street, and that was the main street where I was turning to, but there was nobody there either. So yeah, there was no owner to that money, so I took it and I got my bus ticket home and I got to buy some food and stuff. And because I was really broke, I mean so broke that you can't even imagine, this 50 euros was like godsend. It was unbelievable. It was just coming out of nowhere at the time when I really, really needed it. So yeah, this was the 2 lucky occasions when I have picked something up from the street. But of course, there's other things that I pick up from the street. And on my today's walk, I actually found 2 other things that I am usually picking up when I see them. So look at that. If you see the lottery ticket lying on the ground, do check if that's a winner. I do. And you know what? I have actually found some winners like that. Which sounds pretty crazy because, I mean, why do people throw away these things? Or maybe they never did throw away these things. Maybe they just dropped it and now they're looking for it. Anyway, this one is not a winner, as you can see, but nevertheless worth checking. Oh wow! Just as I was planning to make this kind of video, see what I find from the floor. Doesn't look like much, isn't it? It's just the usual McDonald's coffee cup, takeaway coffee. But in Ireland here, we have this thing. If you collect six stickers from a cup, then you get the free cup of coffee from McDonald's. And I have one of these 6 sticker things at home because last time when I was in McDonald's I took that off my coffee cup. So yeah, I have one to collect them on. So in the other side, I just show you here. In the other side, there is the place where the sticker normally is. It says here, peel when it's empty and place sticker on loyalty card. So yeah, this one actually had the sticker before I started making this video. And I attached it here onto my power bank. And at home, I will just take it off my power bank and I will attach it onto the loyalty card. And once I have 6 of them full, that's a free coffee again. And you know what? It is surprising how many of these there are lying around all over the place. And like, to be honest, it's kind of fun to see how many free coffees I get. And I get many of them, believe me. I do long walks and it's so often that you see this rubbish lying around on the roadside. And yeah, sometimes when I feel like, hey, I'm going to pass McDonald's soon, maybe I have enough stickers for the free cup. I usually just check all these things like my power banks, my phone, my credit cards, because often enough I just have attached these stickers that I find somewhere onto these things like on the back of my phone, on my power bank or on my credit cards. So I just have to gather them all together and there's a free cuppa. So that's just a few things that I'm picking up. Also, if I ever see a really, really nice stone, because I collect stones, yes, I am a geek like that, I collect stones. If I ever see a really nice stone, I pick it up, I take it home, add it to my collection. The thing is that in the city, you don't really find stones on the ground that are worth picking up. Because how would they get there in the first place? There would have to be somebody who is a fellow stone picker or stone collector walking around with pocket full of stones, dropping them. That is the only way that you would really find a nice stone in town, and that is not likely to happen. At least it hasn't happened to me in town anyway. Yeah, I do pick up stones when I get on the countryside, sometimes especially near the beach, because as it happens, the water always brings out the best in the stones. And something that might seem pretty trivial or pretty boring looks really cool. When it's wet, the stone gets different colors and you actually realize which stones are the cool ones, while you might just walk past it if it's not wet because it's just so dull looking. So yeah, stones definitely. Seashells, another thing, but that's another story. Again, you can't find them in the city streets or randomly going for the walks unless you're on the beach. Oh yeah, one more thing that I'm always picking up from the ground is lighters. Whenever I see a lighter on the ground, I always pick it up and I see if it works. So yeah, I don't even know why, I'm not a smoker, but I always pick up lighters from the ground, and I have find piles that are working. So never a lighter shortage in my house. Lighter shortage is what I mean. What am I saying? Shortage? Yeah, anyway, no lighter shortage in my house. So yeah, thanks for watching, and let me know, what are you picking up from the ground? Are you ever picking up anything from the ground, or do you think that this is just totally so unhygienic and horrible thing to do that you would never do that? So yeah, comment down below, like, comment and subscribe as usual. See you soon.